Hello everybody, I'm Guru Neko and welcome to another art video, and this time I'm drawing the Hachiroku in Takumi for Hachiroku Day. Okay, I'm gonna have to be real with y'all, but this is like the third time I recorded for this recording. Not a good start for a second art video, but like, oh my gosh. I totally forgot how annoying voiceovers are, especially when there's a lot of like difficulties when you have to overcome. Because first off, the first recording I didn't like it. I was just rambling, so I was just like, I'll just re-record it again. The second time didn't really work well. I was kind of like not in the zone, so I thought, okay, just record it another day. Third time, I did pretty decent, but the sad thing is my mic has a fucking echo setting where if I switch it on, it makes my voice sound like I'm in a tunnel. And so, long story short, there's a 7-minute long audio recording of me talking in the tunnel. So like, I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this today, I'm gonna do it another day. So if this recording does not work, I swear, this video is just going to be a freaking speed paint with music. So the fact that you can hear my voice means this recording worked well, and I hope this is the case. So if there is a parallel universe where like there's two universes that's going to exist. One is where I succeed this recording, and so you guys are hearing my voice. The second universe is when I fail this recording, so there's no recording, you're just going to hear music. This could be a canon event. Miguel O'Hara, please always screw me over. Okay. And another thing about, one thing I wanted to mention from the previous art video is that I realized, my mic was picking up my mouth sounds, and I apologize deeply for that because I didn't realize how sensitive this mic is, because I usually use this mic for like live streams and chatting with my friends. So I didn't really do much, like I don't hear this microphone like work. Like I don't really listen to pre-recording, so I don't hear its sensitivity. Like when I ordered this online, a lot of like customers did say it's perfect for ASMR videos, so I just kind of like thought like, oh, okay, good, it's a good microphone, so I don't have to scream into it, right? Right? So I thought, okay, it's a decent one. It can pick up sound easily. It didn't really occur to me how much sounds it could pick up, so I'm sorry that you guys had to hear me take a breath. Like, it's one more thing. When I was recording that video, it wasn't that close to me. It was actually kind of far to the side from me. So I didn't expect for it to like pick up my sounds that great. So I apologize that the last video was kind of uncomfortable to listen to, but I just, maybe in the future I might figure it out how to adjust. But for now, we're going to have to go through an awkward phase of YouTubing, okay? Alright.
Oh my god.
So now I can finally talk about the art piece itself instead of talking about the technical difficulties that I had to go through. So my thought process for sketching out this art piece is from that one time I was at the Haruna Shrine in Gunma, and I remember going to the shrine early in the morning because there is a lot of stuff I hadn't planned to do, a lot of driving, a lot of long distance stuff, right? So when I went to the shrine during like maybe like I think 7 a.m. is when I went there. Yeah, I think 7 a.m. I can't remember, it's a blur. But I just remember it was during the time when the sun was rising, and that was when like the world is waking up, right? And I remember walking through like the bridge and seeing like the trees, and behind the trees was like the sunlight kind of casting a light source through the trees, and I thought that was just so delightful. And there was something about it that I just was so mesmerized by that sight of like the light being scattered through the leaves that I had to recreate it on like an art piece. I wasn't planning it to be specifically for the Hachiroku day, but I thought, hey, why not? Why not for the Hachiroku? Because I always love to paint the Hachiroku with nature, mostly like trees, like green trees and leaves. I don't know why, it's just, I would love to draw the Hachiroku with like flowers, like I've done in the past, but I always feel more comfortable it being with just green trees, just plain green trees. It's just, I don't know, something about this card that I always like it to be with nature. Like, I don't know why, it has to be with nature, in my opinion. It just has to be. There's like no reason. It's just my little thing that I just obsess about. And I'm pretty sure you guys might be looking at this and be like, where is the Fujiwara Tofuten, Guru? And I'll be like, you see here, this is where the big brain comes in. Sorry, that's so stupid. That's so stupid, but I kind of made an active choice not to drive the car with this sticker because I wanted Takumi to stand by the driver's seat, so if he were to decide to leave or to go home like he always does, he could do so just easily because he's right by the driver's seat. And I thought it was fitting for his character because, you know, the dude will leave. He will leave the first second he has the chance. He's like, I'm done. I did what I had to do. I'm going home. I'm going to sleep. That's Takumi. Well, so I know if I just change the angle from, instead of just driving the Hachiroku from the passenger side and instead drawing it from the driver's side, I could have the sticker and have Takumi be by the driver's seat. But this is also another thing I wanted to avoid because I did not want Takumi to cover up parts of the Hachiroku, because in the past I kind of did that, so I did not have to draw the entire car. So I kind of wanted to challenge myself that there's nothing covering up the Hachiroku. I have zero excuse to not draw parts of the Hachiroku. I have to draw it. So I decided to not get myself that handicap. So that's also the reason why I decided to have Takumi on the opposite side of the Hachiroku, where he's not obstructing the view of the car, so I could have this car be the main focus of the illustration. And that's pretty much the reason why. Maybe some people might disagree with me. They think that you could have just done another way. You could just put them like off to the side. I just want them to be together, close together. So that was just my various thoughts that I had throughout this painting, and that was one of the sacrifices that we had to make. I'm so sorry, but that's just the way how things work in my brain. For Takumi's pose, unlike Keisuke, I had a more clear idea what I wanted to do with Takumi's pose. As always, I always like to have him kind of always be near the Hachiroku, maybe as like, maybe he's just not hiding behind the Hachiroku, it's just kind of like he's being near something that's familiar to him, you know? that kind of social anxiety thing. I don't know, I always like to just draw the two, like they're siblings, you know what? You know, I don't know. I'm sorry, I sound like a weirdo for talking like the car is alive, but it's, you know, a lot of these like car shows, it's always the case, you know? The car is alive. It's not just the driver and the car, it is the driver and his partner, right? It's always like that. So like I always like to try to communicate that through my illustrations, and I think I did a pretty decent job at it. I really do like this illustration. It's just, I think I gave myself too much pressure in this painting because I like the Hachiroku a lot, so I draw it a lot. It is my comfort card that I draw if I don't know, if I want to do a car practice but I don't know which car I want to draw, so it's the Hachiroku. I just draw the Hachiroku. That's what I do. That's what I do. So during the beginning process of this illustration, I couldn't draw it properly. And that kind of like hurt my ego a little bit because it was like, this is the card that I draw all the time. Why is it suddenly so hard for me? And I was just, it was kind of heartbreaking to me during the early process of this illustration. So there was a lot, as you can see from this video, you can see me fixing it constantly. The parts of the card keeps changing around. Like, I was just so lost. And at some point, I kind of had to give in, and I had to ask the one person who I've always asked for a lot of my card illustration, and it's my mom. Anytime I have a hard time, I always go to her. Be like, oh, like I just came up to my mom like, I having problems with my painting, can you tell me what's wrong with the card? And she looked at it, and she was just like, well, the bonnet looks too round, and it doesn't look slick enough. And right when she said that, I had like a eureka moment. I'm more like, oh my god, you're right. So right after I made that one fix, suddenly the Hachinoku looks like herself, and I was just so happy. Because it took such a long time. I remember it took me a whole entire week to just spot that mistake, and I just can't believe it. I was just like, I thought I am a Hachinoku fan, but yet I missed that one small mistake. So yeah. Always have a second opinion, because sometimes you become blind to those mistakes. And it wasn't not just the Hachinoku's bonnet, it was also the front bumper that was also giving me a hard time. It was just, there was so much. So the fact that I was able to finish this painting as quick as I had, I was grateful. Because I thought it was going to take me a lot longer, and I thought maybe I might finish this painting a week before Hachinoku Day, where I might be a little bit stressed out because I also want to make the speed paint. So I thought maybe I can make the illustration before Hachinoku Day, but I wouldn't be able to post the speed paint on the day of. But it turns out to be everything worked out, and I was able to do both. So happy, so happy, clap, 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 so happy. I was just surprised because I feel like I struggled with this illustration more than I did with the ARC-7 Day, and that was, how would you say this, a miscalculation on my part, quoting Ryosuke. Because I didn't give myself extra time for Hachinoku Day because I thought that I got this in the bag. So I mostly focused on the ARC-7 Day because I thought that was the one that was going to give me more of a hard time. But it turned out to be, they both did, because I am such a perfectionist when it comes to cars. As I mentioned in the previous video, I get very nitpicky with the details. It's annoying. It's annoying, I know. At this point, I pretty much said the things I wanted to say. I'm pretty much satisfied with this painting. I'm really grateful that I was able to finish it the way I did. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and hopefully the next one, not a big guarantee, but the next one might be an OC related video. I'm excited because some people might recognize him. Some of you might, if you guys have been following my art journey, you might know him. You might. You probably already can think of, you probably already have like an image of it in your head just by me just hinting at him. You're probably like, him. You're referring to that dude. And you will probably be correct. You will probably be correct. Anyway, I am rambling again. So, see you in the next video. Bye!
Thank